What is up, everybody? This is Ronnie from Canva and welcome to another tutorial. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use video in your stories to make them stand out. Let's go. All right, guys, so let's start the tutorial by being very clear on the purpose of this design. So this design is to share as a story on social media to invite our regular customer to start their routine, their workout routine from home. Okay, so for this, we are going to be using video in our story. And so we need, of course, to create a document that is a story. So I can simply start by searching for story. So I'm typing in story in this main search bar right here. Okay, so I can start from a template or start from scratch. In this case, I'm going to start from scratch. So to start from scratch, just go to this create a design button and search for story. So I can type in story here, your story, that is fine, 1080 by 1920 pixel. That's the dimensions that we want. So this is the story doc type, the blank template. And I'm going to add 3 pages. Let's create a story which is going to be 3 pages long, okay? So the first thing to do is to kind of understand, okay, the layout. So in the first page, I would love to communicate to my audience that this is the new routine, okay? I want to bring the studio to your home. The exercises, the workout that you do, usually with us in the studio, we want to do that from your home. Second page will be a description of the routine. So the exercises people actually need to follow. And the third page will be a schedule so that they can connect on social media and follow the routine together. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to insert my text first. So I'm creating a text box by using the T shortcut. So I'm just hitting the T key on my keyboard. See, it opens a text box. And I'm going to add in my text right here. So selecting my text box. And the first text is start streaming today. Okay, so that's the first text. I'm going to make this a bit bigger and we are going to harmonize all these texts in just a bit. The second text box needs to say bringing the studio to your home. Okay, again, I'm going to make this bigger by dragging the corner right here. And we are going to select our fonts and everything in just a second. And then we will have a video here. Okay, so let's start arranging these fonts. For this, I'm going to select a font. Okay, so I have one font in mind and that is Barlow. So I can simply type in Barlow and I'm going to go with Barlow Medium. So this one for the text right here. And I'm going to have 55. And I want this in only one line. Okay, good. So I'm going to center that now and use the save space that Canva is suggesting here so that I make sure everybody on any kind of phone will see that displayed properly. Okay, so now for this second piece of text right here, bringing a studio to your home, I want this to be bold in my first page. I want this to be the main title, okay? So I'm going to first select my font and I'm going to continue using the Barlow category. So I'm selecting the text box, going to my font box right here, and I'm going to go for Barlow. And I'm going to use the Barlow semi-condensed bold, this one. And I want this to be all caps. So you see, you have this option right here. Once you have your text selected, if you don't have the text selected, this won't show. But if you do, you can click on this uppercase button so that Canva will help you put everything in uppercase. And I want to make this bolder, so I'm gonna go for 100. Okay, maybe the spacing is a little bit too extreme. I want to reduce that to, let's say, 1. Looks good? Okay, bringing the studio to your home, and I want to justify this to the right, to the left, sorry. And I want to make sure these two are perfectly aligned. Okay, so this is taking shape. What I want to do now is to add a video somebody like working out here so that we can motivate people. So this is actually the point of this tutorial, to show you how to add video to create standout stories that stand out. So for this, we are going to click on the video tab here in the left side panel, okay? And we can see that this will open Canva's video library. So I'm going to search for workout. And you can see Canva will have a bunch of different videos for you to choose from. So that is pretty nice. So we can simply find something that works for us. I kind of want something in the vertical format. So I'm going to go with this one. Okay, so this is big. I'm gonna make this a bit smaller. Or you can also crop it like this. So this is the easy way. Okay, so let's say, and you can also, if you double click on your video, you can kind of reposition. So I'm going to use that. Okay, and I can arrange my different elements right here. I can make this slightly bigger. Let's see. We can play the video. Okay, so the person's head is, okay, I'm gonna stretch this a little bit more. Okay, so this looks nice. I'm gonna slightly move all these elements up. And the last touch for this first page is that I want to add a black line to be here under my text. So let's go ahead and do this. I can go to my elements and type in line. Line. Okay, Canva has different lines for me, so I can use this one. I can make it longer or shorter. Just going to make it a little bit shorter. And I will center that, but I want to center it right on top of this. Let's make it a bit longer video right here. And I'm gonna change the color to black. Okay, so now what I want to do is to really stick it on the video like this, make it the exact same length. Okay, this looks pretty good. I can play the video. Yes, so this looks good. The last thing I want to do is to add a background to this document so it fits our brand color. So this is really up to you if you have already a brand color. If not, you can choose whatever color you want, but I'm imagining something in the teal colors that would work nicely with this. So maybe something like this, a little bit clearer, like this kind of mint color, aqua color. Really like this color. Good, so we have our first page. Let's move on to the second page where we will be describing our workout. So the content of our workout. So for this, again, I'm going to reproduce this element. So I can duplicate it like this and then drag it to the second page like this. And I will change my text. Okay, so the text here is easy at home workout routine. So easy at home workout routine. Okay, and I want this to be fitting on only 2 lines, which would mean I need to reduce the size of this text. So I'm gonna reduce this to 80. Okay, because I want this to fit on only 2 lines, because I need that space actually to design the rest of this page. All right, so next I'm going to insert with the same font as this one this time. So I'm going to duplicate. I'm going to show you another way of duplicating a text box. Simply Command C or Control C if you're using a PC. Then you click and Command V or Control V. So that's the basic copy paste. It works also within Canva. So I'm going to put this right here. And I have my workout routine here in my notes. So I'm going to simply copy that. I have like 8 little exercises that I want people to do. So selecting it and I can paste. Okay, so like this, looks good. So I'd like to reduce the spacing of this text box. Oops. So for this, I'm going to select everything in the text box and reduce to find kind of the right fit. Maybe 1.2 would be nice. Okay, so I can either leave it like this, or I could even use the bullet points. Why not? I'm gonna leave it like this. So this is going to be like the beginning of our routine, and then we will have a video here, and then at the bottom we'll have the rest of the routine. So I'm going to duplicate this, and maybe what we can do is to align or justify on the other side. Why not? Like this. And then of course change the text for the second part of the routine, like this. I'm going to paste here, and you see that Canva, because I duplicated this text box right here, kind of replicated the style of this box. So the same alignment, the same spacing. So that's also interesting. Now, all I have to do is to position a video here in the middle. So I need to find another video of a workout. So for this, I can go here and search for a horizontal kind of landscape kind of video this time. So I will use this one. Yep, and I'm going to try to center that. Now, if I center it, it will be too high. So I guess I will just have to position it in between these two blocks of text. So there is actually a little trick in Canva that will allow you to keep the same distance between this element, and same here. So if I select them all and then use position, and you see space evenly vertically. If you use this, having your three elements, so this text box, and this video selected at the same time, you go to position, and then you can space evenly vertically in this case. So you make sure these are at the exact same distance from one another. Okay, that looks pretty good. All I need to do now is to add my little black line here, which is kind of like a gimmick. So again, Command C and click here, Command V. All I need to do is to reposition, and I will position it here under the title. Okay, looks pretty good. What I can do is maybe reduce the size of this text right here. I can reduce it from 50 to maybe 45. Yes, make it look a little bit smaller. And then, of course, I need to adjust this one at the bottom as well. So I'm going to show you another trick. You select it and then you use the copy style button. It will copy all the styles. So I'm guessing this text will be justified to the left this time. So I need to re-justify it to the other side. And then I will just one more time adjust by selecting all three of them. Position, space evenly vertically. Okay, now without releasing this grouping, I'm just going to center that so that my last line touches the save zone at the bottom. So we have save zone here in the title and here at the bottom. So now everything looks perfect. All I need to do is to add my background, the teal background, and this is looking good. So moving on to the last page, and the last page will be the actual schedule of when these classes will be streaming live on the Facebook page or on the Instagram account. So let's add a video at the top right here. So I need a horizontal video, like a landscape mode. For example, this man jumping right here. Okay, that's a pro video. So you will have to have a Canva Pro account to be able to download this. Okay, so I'm going to use that. And if you don't have a Pro account, you can always try our 30-day free trial for Pro. And I would say that now is the best time ever to try Pro, because we just released a whole bunch of content in the library that used to be behind like the $1 elements or the $1 photos. They are like, all this content is now available for free to Canva Pro users. So we unlocked, if you want, all the content that was in the Canva library. So that is over 60 million type of elements, photos, and videos that you can now get for free if you're a Canva Pro user. So yeah, feel free to try the Canva Pro free trial by going to canva.com/pro, and you will find your link here to try the free trial. But for now, let's continue with our document right here. I'm gonna add the background to start with, and we need to copy this text right here. So Command C, click Command V, bringing that down to where it needs to be. So about here, and that should say virtual class schedule. Perfect. And then last thing is that I will add the schedule. So I will speed the video to spare you the waiting time. I'm just going to use this text box as my model. Okay, so it's going to be basically Monday to Sunday. Sunday is a rest day. On Saturday, we start a little bit later, and then the Monday to Friday, we start at 6:30 a.m. All right, so I have created all my text boxes, and you will see that each piece of text is in a separate text box. So all I need to do now is to do the final adjustment. So it's said that on Saturday, we start a bit later because, well, it's the weekend. And on Sunday, there is no class, so we just rest. All right, lazy Sunday. All right, so now we have all these, but what we need to do is to make sure, similar to this page right here, that everything is well aligned. So for this, we are going to make sure each of the lines have the same spacing in between them. So for that, I'm going to group each line individually, like this. I need to group that, and you will understand why I'm doing this, because look, I can show you. If I just select everything and have like position and space evenly vertically, in this case, this is what's gonna happen. So I don't want that, of course, so I'm gonna go back. I want all and each of these lines to be spaced evenly vertically, but both text boxes. So for this, I need to group them individually first. So I'm going to do this very quickly, grouping each pages like each lines like this, and now I can select them all, position and space evenly vertically, and now you see everything is correctly spaced. Okay, so this looks good. I could go all the way down if I want and leave more space here. Okay, for example like this, or I could move this up a little bit like this. All right, so now I believe we have our story. It's ready to be exported. We have videos on each of the pages. Just one thing, if we want to make sure, for example, that these stories, you see this one, this video is, if I click on the video, I can go trim. This video is 21 seconds. So what we could do is to trim it to 15 seconds, which is the duration of stories on most social media platforms. So let's do that. Let's make sure it's no longer than 15 seconds. This one, I click on the video, go trim. This is 6 seconds, so that's fine. It will be only a 6-second video. Maybe we should make sure that this one is a bit longer actually, because there's a couple of things to read on that story. So yes, so maybe we should find a longer video for this one here. Let's see, maybe I could swap this video. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to swap this video, so I delete it and have this video coming here, which is 15 seconds. Okay, I'll just quickly reposition them like this. Perfect. And I will change this one for the other one, which is shorter, or something that is around 15 seconds. Let me see. I could use this. Well, that's more yoga. We are more into the workout kind of things. So let's use this one. Okay, make that bigger. Okay, this looks good now. We have, oh yeah, the last thing we need to do is to make sure this one is, if we trim it to 15 seconds as well. 15 seconds. Perfect. All right, I will quickly download this and show you the final results. Okay, my story is ready. It's downloaded right here, so I can click here, I guess, and show it to you. You see? So we have the first page, and you see the video. I can maybe move this up or down. I can move this so you can see. It will play for 15 seconds. And then second page. This looks pretty nice. Same thing, 14 seconds, I think, because this video was only 14 seconds, but we have time to read the whole thing. And then we'll have the last page that will play for about 15 seconds as well, because that's how we trimmed it. And we trimmed to 15 seconds because that's actually the length of your story. So perfect, guys. I hope this video was useful, that you will now create stunning stories with videos in Canva. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.